Here are my top 10 most anticipated comics for August 9th, 2023. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. Guys, before we dive into it, I gotta give a quick shout out to Whatnot. If you never downloaded Whatnot before, go ahead, use the link in my description box below. It's absolutely for free, no strings attached. And when you make your first purchase on Whatnot, like win that auction, you will get $15 off of what you purchase. So it's a win-win, and you have nothing to lose here. So whether you're a collector of comics, Funkos, Hot Wheels, Play-Doh, whatever it is, check it out, guys. Use the link below. Check out Whatnot. All right, so here we go, guys. The book that's on the hot seat, you wouldn't be surprised here, is Children of the Vault issue 1. I'm giving this a chance because when I read Hellfire Gala, I was totally surprised. I didn't expect any of that to happen. The party is over for the X-Men right now, and now we're going to get all these spin-off books, and we're going to see how characters live and how characters die or how they come back. And this one has to do with the Children of the Vault. What do they have to do with the Gala? How are they going to make themselves relevant in the current X-Men line right now? I don't know. We'll see, but I'm definitely going to check it out. But let me tell you, if it's not good, I'm not going to hesitate to drop it. This is 36 pages. This is $5. Okay, the book that's on the rise here, it's going to go to Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 9. Miles Morales right now is versing the Hobgoblin. And let me tell you, the battle is totally intense, and it looks like that there's going to be a new power set going on here with Miles. I don't know what's going to go on, but this has been a very well-written book by Cody Ziegler. I never thought that this would be as good as it is. The artwork, it complements it really well. This is a solid read, and for Spider-Man fans that are tired of Amazing Spider-Man, Miles is where it's at right now. And eventually it will cross over to the gang war stuff, but you know, who's to say that gang war is going to be bad? So we'll see what happens. This is 28 pages, $4. So here we go. Coming in at number 10, we have Immortal XMen. This is issue 14, excuse me. This is, again, the aftermath of the Hellfire Gala. We've gotten to see Professor X wind up going to, I think, Araco, and he has no X-Men. He has nobody to communicate with, so he feels that they're all dead right now. So what's going to happen? No idea. We're kind of left in the dark right now after that crazy cliffhanger of the gala. This one is 28 pages, $4. Like I said, this X-Men books weren't going to originally be on my list, but reading that title just totally changed it for me. Moving on to number 9, we got the SpiderMan Annual 2023. So, you know, all the DC books have been interrupted because of Night Terror stuff, and I like almost passed on this because it's like, what's going on in Superman? But you know, I was like, maybe they're gonna catch us up with that, with everything that is going on when it comes to the annual. And it looks like Metropolis's secrets are revealed here. We're learning more about Lois Lane, how she's the editor-in-chief, but she's still the reporter at the same time. And maybe, again, this book is going to catch us up on everything that is happening. Oh, did you remember that Jimmy Olsen was dating Livewire? Like, that was crazy stuff, too. So I'm looking forward to getting back on track with the DC's current stories. You think about it, 2 months is not that long, but it is at the same time when I guess it comes to comics. I mean, that's 8 weeks. You're into a story, and then it's like 2 months later, you're like, what was that about? Because when you read as many titles as I do, it's kind of like it can be left in the dust. So we'll see what happens with this annual. It's 48 pages, and this is a $6 comic. Coming in at number 8, so we have Night Terrors issue 3. You know, Night Terrors, it is what it is. It's just an event where if you like it, you like it. If you don't want to read it, you don't have to read it. Now, I checked out most of the issue 1s when it came to the spin-off books, and I'm not going to buy any more of them. You know, I like the cool covers, but that's about it. But when it comes to the main story, it's been kind of cool trying to see, you know, Dead Man go into Batman's body and stuff like that, and it's been a little bit horrific. It's better than the first issue, right? Second issue was, and then hopefully the third issue will be better than the second issue. again, it's just a kind of a pointless event, but it's here. It's fun. Whatever. Coming in at number 7, we have Red Goblin. This is issue 7. This time around, Normie Osborn's going to be going against Crossbones. And it's cool seeing Normie trying to control this symbiote and try to do the right thing, but at times we get to see the symbiote be evil and take things into his matters. We've got to see certain situations with Norman Osborn in this comic as well. It's been pretty good. You know, the artwork has been solid. This is 28 pages, and this is a $4 comic. Coming in at number 6, if you're a Benjamin Percy fan, you might like this book that's coming out. This is Ghost Rider Wolverine. This is issue 1. So these two are going to be crossing over for a couple issues, which I think is pretty cool. Won't be disappointed with that. I don't read Wolverine, but I do read Ghost Rider. So if they're hanging out with each other, going on a mission or whatnot, hey, I'm game for that. I'll check it out. This is 36 pages, and this one's $5. We're on to the top 5. We have SpiderMan Annual, issue 1. So, if you're not familiar with what's going on in the Marvel Annuals right now, there's going to be this Contest of Champions thing, except they're calling it the Contest of Chaos. And we have Agatha Harkness, who is building a new Darkhold, and she is putting all of the heroes against each other to do it. So in this issue, it looks like we're going to get Wolverine fighting Spider-Man. Okay, why not? That's fun. I mean, it is only 28 pages and it's $5, so that seems a little pricey for me, but I like Wolverine. I like Spider-Man. Coming in at number 4, we have the Avengers issue 4. I still have to read issue 3 to see what these new villains are doing to our Avengers heroes. But the last issue I read was actually pretty good. I love Jed McKay's writing. I love the artwork in this book. I love how Carol Danvers came up with the team in the very first issue as well. And I think this is going to be a solid story in the long run. The legacy numbering here is 770. This is 28 pages, and this is a $4 comic. Moving on to number 3, we have Scott Snyder's Barnstormers. This is issue 2. This is a World War I adventure story, and this was great because you had a former pilot who was trying to get a job showcasing all his flying skills, but he doesn't have enough money, and someone sent him out on a job, and he wound up crashing a wedding instead on accident because he thought that was the job. And we find out that there was a arranged marriage that this woman didn't want to be part of. So she kind of, gave this pilot an ultimatum to take her away with him. They wind up crashing another party, and somehow they wind up falling in love. It's a great book because the pilot also is suffering from some kind of PTSD thing that he went through in the war, and he has images of this robot. Dude, it's great. Scott Snyder's a genius, man. I love the first issue. Can't wait to see what issue 2 has to offer. This is a $5 comic book. Coming in at number 2, we have Gunslinger issue 23. Gunslinger is phenomenal, guys. I love this book so much. Last issue had so much action as we got to see Javier, who is Gunslinger, face against Violator and Clown. Also, we wound up getting to see Gunslinger team up with Clown's daughter, who is known as Dakota. And she has these powers to make lizards into dinosaurs, and you got to see this huge-ass fight. Brett Booth artwork is just second to none when you see these fighting battles that happen in this comic. Oh my god, it's so good. Really great stuff. It looks like Dakota died in the last issue, so I don't know what's going to happen going forward, but this is only a $3 comic book. All right, guys. So remember, after number 1, we are not done, as I still have the noteworthy comics to talk about because, I'm only discussing 10 comic books here out of a ton of other comics that you might be interested in or you might not know what's coming out. So, my number 1 most anticipated comic, and I'll probably get burned for this one, is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 925. This kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like this is a lighter week when it comes to comics. And when it comes to, you know, good old Amazing Spider-Man, I can anticipate a story, right? This is the wedding issue. This is where we get Robertson's son, I think it's Randy, who is marrying Tombstone's daughter, which is known as the Beetle, and we get to see this happen, right? Obviously, this is going to be some kind of interruption or some kind of gang war or turf war that's going to commence here, that's going to kick off the events in Amazing Spider-Man in the near future. The thing about this book, though, is that it's oversized. This thing is huge. This is 925. I'm sorry. This is legacy numbering 925. It's 92 pages, and this is a $10 comic. Again, you're saying $10 for a comic book, but it's not $10 for a 22-page comic. It's 92 pages. So it's definitely worth the value here. Let's just hope that the story is solid. Okay, so here we go. Moving on to the noteworthy comics. Kicking it off with Marvel Comics. And the first thing is Star Wars issue 37. This is right before the Dark Droids. Next is Guardians of the Galaxy. This is issue 5. I've dropped this book. I no longer read it. Then we have the continuation of Silk. This is issue 4. Moving on to Captain Marvel, The Dark Tempest. This is issue 2. Next, on to DC Comics. We have World's Finest Teen Titans. This is issue 2. Then we have Night Terror's Green Lantern. This is issue 2. Night Terror's Robin, issue 2. Night Terror's The Flash, issue 2. Next, we have Night Terror's Shazam, issue 2. Hey, and guess what? We got more Night Terrors with Night Terror's Zatanna. This is issue 2. We have Spirit World. We have issue number 3. I think we're on that one. 3 or 4. And then we have Batman Incorporated, issue 11. Now we move on to the indie comics. We have The House of Slaughter, issue 16. Next we have Damn Them All. This is issue 7. And next we have Ghost Lore. This is issue 4. For the I Hate Fairyland fans out there, we have Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland. This is issue 2. Then we have The Madness, issue 1. And then we have The Rage, Vampirella Dracula, Rage issue 1. So there you guys have it. There are all the top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for August 9, 2023. Very curious to hear in the comments below what you guys are most looking forward to for that particular comic book week. And of course, guys, if you love the content, I'm going to leave you my top 10 comic book covers of the week where you can vote on your favorite comic book cover. And of course, guys, as always, keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember to read those comics. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you on that next video.